Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and we got an interesting update in the news this morning that I want to talk to you guys about and what it also could mean for the future. So in the other tab we had this heading appear this morning regarding certain in-game adjustments. So you can now get, with incredible gems, Fusion Android 13 in the barbershop. You can exchange for the character up to 4 times, and 100 incredible gems are required to exchange for 1 Android 13. So they've also updated the drop rate for the quests. It shows you here. I'll go through this in more detail a little bit later, but I'm going to show you guys essentially what you need to do. So quest area 14 stage 8 on hard is where you want to start. So I need to go ahead and still do quite a few of these anyway. I've mentioned this on like videos and streams like in the past, but and just remember, you want to do hard first, not Z hard. You will need to do Z hard, but we need to do hard first because we want to get the actual copies of Android 13. So because this is a super old quest mission where like the enemies are all in super weak, I'm just going to bring my training team. You guys know I've talked about this on streams a ton. I just put a bunch of units that need XP that I'm not really using right now into a team and take them into super easy events. So of course we can't avoid any of the fights. So basically, the big thing about this is on JP, when this happened, it was basically like a precursor to the 7 EZA'S dropping, because the Tech Android 13 is one of the units that is going to be getting an EZA when all of that stuff comes out. And obviously one of the major problems with this Tech Android 13, even for me, I mean, like the fact that I haven't done it, I've been playing Dokkan, I'm closing in on 1,300 days now, and I never bothered to do this grind because it was so difficult. The wiki's already been updated, so I can't show you the old layout of what it was, but like each of the stages in this chapter had a chance to drop some of the medals, and then one of the stages had a chance to drop the Android 13. In fact, a few weeks ago, not really knowing when this update could possibly come, during one of the global dry spells, I actually thought to myself, you know what, I'll get started on this grind. And I literally went into this area of the quest, and I think I probably spent almost a full stamina bar, and I did not get a single copy of the Android 13. So I decided to just give up and go for it later. So we finally got to the boss. There is one enemy you have to fight because there's like a stop sign, but we should be able to drop. Actually, it doesn't even matter. He's just going to get killed probably by a Mega, because these older quest missions are not exactly difficult. This is what, area 14, and we have 23 in total. And even if you have a reasonable team, even 23 is not exactly difficult. But apparently Omega didn't take him out, but then again, this is my training team, so all of these units are like SA1 and obviously not max level. So, but we take him out, we get a card. So this is what seems to be the case. I've done this stage probably about 5 times now, and I've gotten a drop every single time. So this is the stage you want to start at on Z hard, so you can get all of the copies. I can't show you the actual Android 13 in the barbershop because I've already bought them, but we will go into my character box so you can see them. Let's go to acquired, and there you go. So there's the 4 that I bought from the barbershop. This is what he is going to awaken into, but of course we want to get, they've done this so that you can rainbow him, because obviously what we want to do is grind up enough copies of these to get them to super attack 10, then awaken him, and then we can feed in these dupes. So we're going to jump over to the actual PC side so we can go into some more detail here. Okay, so this is the Android 13 that we're going to be pulling from the stage. Obviously, he's really nothing special, but down below we can see, obviously, we need to awaken him to the actual SSR first. Then we get the Dokkan awakening to, well, they call him Fusion Android 13. I think most people in the community call him Super Android 13, but either way. So we need 20 of each type of medal. So I brought up the DBZ space entry. It's a little bit bigger than just looking at it on the phone screen. So you can see here, each of the stages have changed from, like, so like this stage, for example, say you really needed the Giro medals. You could do this stage like 10 times and it only drop 19 medals or like training items. So that's why this grind used to be such a huge pain. Shout out to our boy Jay Fanta, because I know he did this legit. I don't know if he got all the dupes for him using this method, but I know he got the full one done. So now it's changed so that you get like a guaranteed drop. So there's like 3 stages that give you Goku medals, so you obviously only really need to farm one of them. You've got your 19 ones come from stage 4 on Z Hard. Jiro comes from stage 12 on Z Hard, and then obviously you want to farm up your card. Apparently this stage is still the stage 8. On normal, apparently it can give you a drop or some training items, which you probably don't really need. So you want to do hard, and then Z Hard gives you the other Android medal. So you want to make sure you're doing the stage on hard to pull all the copies of him, and then Z Hard to get the medals for the grey dude, who I always forget. Is he 14 or 15? It's between those two. They're 14 and 15. I forget which one's which. But so once you awaken him, he becomes Deadliest Fusion Power Fusion Android 13. Again, nothing insanely special. I mean, he was really good back in the day for a free-to-play unit if you actually did the grind, because of the fact that he gave himself a nice little attack boost. Then, of course, he got an awakening with the Battlefield medals, and he becomes Tragedy Born from Power, Android 13. And this is the stage that we have him at right now, if you already have him farmed up. So, Supreme Damage, lowest defense, Key 4 and Attack 70 when Key is 8 or more, which is nice because he's self-sufficient. You only have to get to 8 Key, and then boom, he gives himself 4 for a super attack and a 70% boost. But he's really not, like, you're not going to see him getting used on Android's teams or Movie Boss's teams anytime soon. But then, of course, he gets the Extreme Z Awakening. So, Supreme Damage greatly lowers defense, pretty decent. Then he gets Key 4, Attack and Defense 80%. That's one of the big things about all of the Extreme Z Awakenings for these older Battlefield units, is they give a lot of them who didn't have any sort of defensive buff a defensive buff. And then he gets Attack and Defense a further 30% when there are 3 or more Android category allies on the team. Now, if I remember rightly, I'm pretty sure that the Int Android 13 Awakening is actually better. Let's bring that up here, because I believe he gets a much bigger boost overall with his... So he gets Attack and Defense 50%, which is slightly less, but then he gets Attack and Defense 13% per Android's category ally on the team, which I believe includes him as well. So that's going to be, what, 7 Android's allies if it's a full Android team. So what, 91% added on top of the 50, whereas this guy gets 30% added on top of the 80. Actually, so it's not super far off, to be fair. So if you haven't pulled a ton of copies of this guy, especially because his super attack technically is farmable, but is such a huge pain. Even now with this update, like, farming this guy's super attack would actually take quite a long time. So the 13 is actually a pretty reasonable stand-in for him, especially because he fits on a couple of teams. He's obviously a Shattering the Limit unit, but he's got links like Nightmare, Fear and Faith, Metamorphosis, so he's got some good links for extreme teams. He has a fairly decent leader skill as well, I guess, for like free-to-play. So he's really not bad. So what I said at the start is what this kind of means for the future, is what I was talking about, is this update to make this guy easier to farm happened on JP at around the time that these EZA'S dropped. And I believe, I did see something earlier, I don't know if it's 100% confirmed, but I did see something about the assets updated for all the Gohan stuff is now in the files. And it seems like the medals for the Battlefield Awakenings are in the files now as well. So obviously that doesn't necessarily confirm anything. We had, I think it was the adult Gotenks from the Heroes banner that awakens into Super Saiyan 3. He was in the files on Global for like, I don't know, a year at least before we actually ever got any of the Heroes stuff. So you kind of have to take that with a pinch of salt. But lately they haven't been doing stuff like that as much. So it probably is going to be as part of this Gohan celebration, which should start on Monday, or technically super late Sunday night if you're in the US. Maybe it's not going to drop on Monday, but my bet is that we're going to see the Battlefield Awakenings during this future Gohan celebration. So there's the list. I'll leave that up on the screen just for now, since that is the key bit of information. Let me know down below, have you already done the grind? Did you actually suffer through the torment? You definitely get some props from me if you actually managed to get through that, because you guys know how much I love Dokkan, how much I play Dokkan every day, and it was too much for me. I just could not be bothered to do it. So now that it's finally here, that's probably what I'm going to be doing at work tonight. Get him ready. I think Tech is one of the orbs I actually have the most of, so I probably will rainbow him once I get the main one awakened and get those dupes fed in, and then he'll be ready for the EZA'S. I think I have all of the other ones EZA'd. Let me have a quick look here. Yeah, so one of the tags that I have sorted my stuff by is characters that are EZA. I have included some of the ones that haven't EZA'd yet that we know about from JP. So the Battlefield Awakenings, let's scroll through. So we got Evil Boo, he's Rainbow. We got this Vegeta, who becomes an excellent defensive unit, he's Rainbow. In Android 13, the Namek, not Namek, the, what's it called? The Cooler movie, Goku, he's Rainbow. In Metal Cooler, and is that it? Oh, and of course Nova Shenron, he becomes incredibly good. He's probably going to be the key for me to finally complete Shadow Dragons no items, because unfortunately I only have the LR Super Saiyan 4s both at 55%, so having him on the team is going to be a huge boost. So they are all ready to go, but as you can see on this list, there is no Tech Android 13, so very, very excited for him to finally be joining the team. So, but there you go, that is going to be it for the video, guys. I just wanted to give you all an update that this was now live. Obviously, if it's something that you haven't done yet, with the Vegito Blue campaign also starting on Monday, the quest stages are all going to be half stamina, so it's going to be even easier to farm him. Like, if you really want to, you can just wait until Monday, and then literally it cuts the amount of stamina that you have to use in half. Like I said, I'll probably do it tonight, since there's not really much else I need to do in the game at the moment, so I'll probably get that done a little bit later. And then, yeah, we will be all good to go for the Battlefield EZA'S. So, like I said, let me know if you already have your Tech Android 13 good to go. Let me know about the other EZA units. Do you have them all? Do you have them all rainbow? What sort of levels do you have them at? Let's discuss it down below in the comments. But hopefully, we are going to see those EZA'S sometime in the next 2 weeks, I would hope. So there you go. That is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord, the link is in the description below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.